The Story of Heidi. The wind whistled and sang. It blew in great gusts at Heidi and her aunt as they battled their way up the mountain. Up and up they went, to a world above the clouds. At last, they came to a small hut, perched on the top of the mountain. A fierce old man opened the door. "Meet your granddaughter," said Heidi's aunt. "I've brought her to live with you."
"But I don't want her."
"I've looked after Heidi since her parents died. Now it's your turn," her aunt declared. And with that, she ran back down the mountain. "Well, you'd better come in," said Grandfather gruffly. "You'll have to find your own place to sleep, though." "What's up the ladder?" asked Heidi. Grandfather didn't reply. Heidi climbed into a hayloft. There, she made a sweet-smelling bed out of hay. The next morning, Heidi woke to the sound of bells. Sunlight poured in through the window. She ran outside onto the dewy, wet grass, where a boy was whistling. "This is Peter, the goat boy," said Grandfather. "Do you want to come up the mountain with me?" Peter asked. "I'm taking the goats to find fresh grass." Heidi went out with Peter and the goats every day. In the evenings, Grandfather fed her creamy goat's milk, crusty bread, and melted cheese. "Read me a story," pleaded Heidi. So every night, Grandfather read her a story by the fire. Heidi had never been happier, until one morning her aunt came back. "I found a job for Heidi," she announced. "I'm taking her to town." "Poor Grandfather," cried Heidi. "He'll be all alone." "He likes it that way," said her aunt. "He doesn't," thought Heidi. "One day I'll come back to him." Heidi's aunt took her to a grand house. There, she had to look after a sick little girl called Clara. "I'm so weak, I can hardly walk," said Clara. "You'd soon get well in the mountains," Heidi replied. The town was full of jostling people. Stale smells filled the streets. Heidi longed for her hayloft, for the jingling bells of the goats, for the stories by the fire. At night, Heidi sleepwalked. She wandered the house in her white nightgown. "That girl needs to go home," Clara's father decided. A week later, Grandfather saw a strange procession coming up the mountain.
"Heidi, you come back to me."
"Clara wanted to come too," Heidi explained. "Can she stay until she's well again?" "Of course," said Grandfather. "We'll help her get better." Clara drank fresh goat's milk every morning and sat outside in the sunshine. And every day she walked a little more.
I can't believe it,
said Clara's father when he came for her.
Is this really my daughter? How can I ever thank you?
When Clara and her father had gone, Heidi and her grandfather went outside to watch the sunset. You're home now, said grandfather. I'll never let you go again.